Welcome everyone to tonight's council meeting. I'm the Mayor, Councillor Ranka Rasik. I declare this meeting open at 6 p.m. This meeting of council has been called to consider a report which is confidential under the Local Government Act 2020. This is because the report contains personal information which, if released, would result in the unreasonable disclosure of information about the individual's personal affairs. This item is the only business to be considered at this meeting. It is proposed that the item is classified by council as confidential item under the Local Government Act 2020. If the item is classified as confidential item, the meeting will be closed to the members of the public and the live stream of this meeting will be paused so that council can consider the report. Due to the declaration of the state of emergency in Victoria, this meeting is held over a live stream with the link accessible to the public on council's website. Item 1, opening and acknowledgement. Please stand for the acknowledgement of the country. On behalf of Brimbank City Council, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, the Wurundjeri people, and pay our respect to elders past, present, and emerging. I ask councillors to remain standing for the council's commitment. Others may be seated. As the council, we will act in the best interest of the Brimbank community and consider the immediate and long-term impact of our decisions. We'll make these decisions fair and without bias. We'll uphold all of our obligations under the laws of Victoria and council's local laws, and we'll act in accordance with the Code of Conduct. Please be seated. We have 2 apologies for tonight, Councillor Bork and Councillor Branton. Are there any declaration of conflicts of interest for tonight, councillors?
None.
Thank you. I'm going to go to item 5, classification of items as confidential. There is 1 item to be classified as confidential. May I have a mover of motion to classify this item as confidential? Yes, Councillor Lancashire, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Move the item as confidential.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder? I can't see on my screen. Councillor David, thank you. Would any councillor like to speak or ask questions on this item? Okay, then we'll take the vote. All in favour, please raise your hands. I declare this item carried. Thank you. Item 6, confidential businesses. There is 1 item of confidential businesses this evening. May I have a mover of a motion to close the meeting in accordance with section 66(2)(a) of the Local Government Act 2020 to members of the public for the consideration of report 6.1, which has been designated confidential. So may I have a mover? Jay?
Yes, thanks, Madam Mayor. I move the motion as per the business papers.
Thank you, Councillor Papalia. Do I have a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Deng. Would any of these councillors like to speak to this motion?
No, thank you, Madam Mayor.
I put this motion to vote. All in favour, please raise your hands. I declare this motion carried. Thank you to everyone who is currently viewing the live stream of this meeting. This meeting will now be closed to members of the public who will be placed in the holding bay for the duration of the consideration of the confidential item. As the report is the last item for this evening, members of the public may wish to stop viewing, in which case I would like to thank the public for their interest in tonight's meeting. We will reopen the meeting to the public after this item is considered by council. The meeting is now closed to members of the public at 6:05. I thank you all again for your patience. I declare this meeting reopened at 6:10. Council has considered the confidential item and resolved that Council will publicly release this confidential report, except confidential attachment 1 and resolution from Friday, 9th July 2021. It will remain confidential at this stage. Thank you all for attending and for your interest in tonight's meeting. I declare this meeting closed at 6:10. I instruct host to stop recording this meeting. Thank you all for tonight.